This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. If you went to bed early, you missed one of the biggest bloopers in Oscar history last night. We, of course, missed it. We're going to show you shortly. John, you were probably asleep last night also when this happened, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But incredible. Just incredible. And, you know, I have to say, I think everybody handled it in a very gracious way. Yeah. But, well, I don't know. I'd hate to be Price Waterhouse this morning. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, we had some great weather over the weekend. It was absolutely beautiful. Yesterday was fantastic. Couldn't be better. Lower relative humidity as the front kind of came through and dried things out a little bit. That's gone. Today, the humidity returns big time, full force. So does the heat. Right now, pretty clear skies out there. No rainfall in your morning commute forecast. But as we head into the afternoon, the AC will be a cranking. Daytime high temperatures in the lower 80s. We have a front coming through later this week. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, thanks so much, John. Talk to you soon. Taking a look at our Suncoast traffic this morning. Looks like roadways are pretty clear throughout Manatee County. A little bit of pickup towards downtown Bradenton, but no accidents to report. I-75 looking clear as you head into Sarasota County. Looks like traffic is quiet in that direction as well. And in South County towards Nokomis and Venice, looks like people are still probably sleeping at 5:01 on this Monday morning. Well, topping our news, an awards show to remember, and not just for those in Hollywood, but also for those right here on the Suncoast.
Yeah, the Oscars last night awarded Best Picture to a film with a local Suncoast producer, but not before what's being called an epic error.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Warren Beatty read La La Land as the Best Picture, but as the producers of the film were giving their acceptance speeches, they were stopped and told the winning film was actually Moonlight. Host Jimmy Kimmel came back to inform the cast that Moonlight had indeed won, showing the envelope as proof. Beatty said he was confused with the envelope he was holding as he claims it read Emma Stone La La Land. He did correct himself, explaining he was genuinely mistaken and was not trying to be funny in this case. He also said, this is Steve Harvey's fault somehow.
I know, exactly. I was going to say this is what, a little bit over a year ago, Steve Harvey pulled the same kind of move, so probably not. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, they brought his name out last night. So here on the Suncoast, we were at a watch party at the Paradise Grill in Nokomis. Adele Romansky, who produced Moonlight, is from the area, so her friends and family gathered there to support her.
That's right. Through the shocking happenings of the Oscars, ABC7 captured her mother's reaction, and this footage sure to touch your heart. Take a look.
For Best Picture.
La La Land.
Oh my goodness, well, quite the moment right there, right? Now her daughter, Adele, met her husband and director, Barry Jenkins, at college. Now all three of them went on to create Moonlight, the emotional tale of a gay African-American protagonist. The film was nominated for 9 Oscars in total. Before producing the film, Adele was a Pineview school student at the watch party. Her supporters were proud, and many of which had been there from the beginning, saying they helped her fund her first independent project years ago.
She's pointed herself in this direction for a number of years, and she's achieving what she set out to do. It's just amazing.
Well, nearby, a quieter watch party for a Sarasota alum, Amanda Deering-Jones, another producer in this film. In the Best Animated Short category for the film Borrowed Time, the film is a 7-minute tale of a sheriff's dark past that took Pixar animators 5 years to create.
And Amanda, Amanda's the producer, they were trying to show the world that animation wasn't just for children.
The serious subject matter has not stopped Amanda and her husband from acting like children on the red carpet. Her father says they had a great time and took plenty of pictures of themselves looking down at the stage.
And Ringling College of Art and Design also well represented in the animation category. 21 former students worked on the Disney film Zootopia, while Patrick Osborne goes for his second Oscar for the groundbreaking virtual reality short film Pearl. Professors say it reflects Ringling's rigorous program.
When graduates leave here, they're truly prepared for the industry, so it's not surprising to find that they work their ways into areas of creative authority and receive honors like this.
And a win it was, Zootopia taking home the gold as it won Best Animated Feature. And while gold is good, any parent will tell you the joy is in the journey.
I think she's already won. I've already decided. She's making it this far, what she has accomplished.
While millions watch the awards around the world, right here in Sarasota, film lovers enjoyed the Oscars live on the big screen with a viewing party at Burns Court Cinema.
Yeah, our photojournalist Samantha Chido was there and gives us a look inside Hollywood's biggest night, Suncoast style.
This is my 5th Oscar event with Burns, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm rooting for Manchester by the Sea and Casey Affleck. I know that's not the favorite, but I really enjoyed that a lot. Although most of the ones that are up I've seen, and I could not argue about any of them winning.
The movies are excellent that are up this year. It'll be very interesting. I'm kind of voting for Hacksaw Ridge.
I think Moonlight is the most powerful movie that I've seen. It's really took my breath away. So I'll be eager to see how that goes, but I think all the pictures are great.
I just think it'll be fun to watch the Oscars on a bigger screen than a TV screen and, see what it has to offer and be with a big group of people instead of kind of home on my couch. I loved La La Land. I think everybody else seems to be rooting for that one too.
A movie like La La Land is musical and completely different than something like Moonlight or Manchester by the Sea. So it's going to be interesting. Some great movies, but different genres. Who's going to be the winner?
I love the movies. It's I'm a big fan.
I was involved in a couple of those events at the Suncoast local parties, watch parties like that. I was the trivia guy. They take that so seriously. Some real movie buffs out there. They really don't want to get out of the way.
It's like the Super Bowl, except for film enthusiasts.
Very much so. They take it very seriously out there. This is at 5:07 right now on this Monday morning.
Well, new this morning, Charlotte County deputies are involved in a fatal shooting situation.
This weekend, they responded to a domestic disturbance call that ended with an officer shooting a person at the home. It happened on Markham Street in Englewood. Deputies responded to the call, and they say they were confronted by an armed individual. During that confrontation, an officer fatally shot the person. This story is still developing. We'll let you know more as the details arise. And a Manatee County ambulance driver was cited for pulling out into traffic after causing a crash. It happened on Manatee Avenue East, and it was not during a call. The driver did suffer some minor back injuries during the incident. If you're driving today in the city of Sarasota, make sure you don't block an intersection during heavy traffic. Police are cracking down on drivers who stop past that white line. It's part of the Don't Block the Box traffic safety campaign. They've been warning drivers about this for weeks by announcing which intersections they'll patrol. They're trying to educate drivers about the dangers of trying to get through an intersection when there isn't enough room yet to get to the other side.
One, it prevents pedestrians from being able to cross through the crosswalk, and two, people don't really think about it, but emergency vehicles that are coming and going in any direction, if there's vehicles blocking the intersection, patrol vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, you can't get through.
And get this, blocking an intersection could lead to a fine of $166 and 3 points on your license.
Well, if you were driving down Gulf of Mexico Drive this weekend, you may have noticed a crowd of people on Longboat Key carrying signs. Well, the group, hosted by an organization known as Our Revolution, was out in full force in front of Congressman Vern Buchanan's house to make their voices heard. Many saying they just want a chance to voice their concern over several political issues with their House representative.
Here because I believe it's important that we are represented, and when our representative refuses to hold a town hall where we can talk with him about our concerns, that's a problem. That's part of his job responsibility as a representative.
Now, ABC7 did reach out to Vern Buchanan's office for a comment, but we could not reach him due to his office hours being closed. Today on the Suncoast, Venice firemen are training to improve their skills when it comes to responding to hazmat situations. The Venice Fire Department is holding a training session to focus on the setup and use of the department's hazardous decon equipment at Station 52. Firefighters will demonstrate how to medically triage and decontaminate victims in a hazardous environment. Fire officials will also cover the importance of evidence collection when the incident is suspected of being a terrorist event.
Some positive news for the future of the Mardi Gras on the Suncoast. One local community brought the event back for the weekend.
That's right. Organizers of the Rabonia Mardi Gras Parade saying the event was such a success they hope to continue the tradition next year. Rabonia had to previously cancel its Mardi Gras celebration the last 2 years due to financial troubles, but the annual event, which started in 1980, returned, and organizers hope they can continue to make it bigger and better every year.
All right, now the winner for Best Morning Meteorologist. Wait, it's a mistake. No, it is John Scalzi.
That was so sad, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't his fault. That's a horrible thing. They handed him the wrong envelope.
Right, and you can kind of see he was a little hesitant when, if you watch the, go back and watch it, you can kind of see how he was, I'm not sure if I should say this.
Something's wrong here, yeah.
So, interesting.
Oh, well.
Makes for good TV, right?
We have some
memorable,
very memorable. Very pleasant weather around today, but warm. Temperatures will be well above average. We'll talk about that in a second.
Well, still ahead, they've come here from across the country, all for the start of spring training. We'll take a look at the Orioles' first game.
And later in the hour, a 16-car wreck at the Daytona 500. So who won? Stay with us.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
I won cash for life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony. We're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So after a very, very pleasant Sunday, we are going to switch things up a little bit and start returning to way above average temperatures, at least for a few days. And then I think the second half of the week is going to be very nice indeed. Once again, we're going to drop our temperatures back down to where they should be at this time of year. We're going to lower our humidity. Should be pretty nice. 61 degrees, the current air temperature. We have a dew point of 54. That's pretty nice as well. And an east wind coming in at about 10. We'll see that east wind shift a little more southeast, and when that happens, Moisture will just really rapidly return this afternoon. 61 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia at 61 in Myakka, Bradenton, Parrish, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, all coming in at 62, 65 degrees, Longboat, and in Venice, and 64 degrees in Inglewood. Across the state of Florida, things look pretty good right now in terms of any kind of radar echoes. Not going to see that today. Not going to see any rainfall. May see an isolated shower down in the southern tip by tomorrow as that moisture plume starts to lift north, riding on that southerly wind, or at least southeasterly wind today. But until then, we stay dry. Now, the northern Gulf Coast, not so much. They get some pretty heavy rainfall there. There's a low pressure area and a frontal boundary that's kind of meandering through here. That's going to bring at times some periods of heavy rain as that warm, moist Gulf air is trying to be lifted up the mountains. Could be some isolated minor flooding there as well. That front is not going to bother us. We're under the influence of a big ridge of high pressure over the eastern seaboard that's going to keep us safe from that approaching system. Back to the west, another system moves onshore, bringing, again, California some more rainfall. In fact, there'll be some pretty widespread snows at higher elevations and rain showers moving into the Four Corners over the course of the next couple of days. I already see some of the cloud cover in advance of those rain showers. Rains across parts of the deep south stretching back into Texas. That will be, again, the location of maybe some minor flooding over the next day or two as that system stays locked to the north. We have a little bit of cloud cover, but nothing too terribly bad. It's not going to certainly block out the sun. In fact, we'll get lots of sun today. Lots of sun tomorrow as well, mixed with some fair weather clouds. A big ridge of high pressure will be the dominant weather feature for us over the eastern seaboard. This low stays north, the other lows stay north. High pressure brings us a southerly wind flow. Lots of deep tropical moisture starts to lift north, and our afternoon temperatures are going to feel kind of muggy. Also, with plenty of sunshine and the southerly flow, what we'll notice, I think, are the temperatures, which will be well above average for at least several days until the next front finally moves through later in the week. Warm afternoon, high humidity, dry today. Maybe an isolated shower tomorrow. I'll put the rain chance tomorrow at maybe 20% for mostly inland showers. Catch a sea breeze both days. And then a front moves through late Wednesday night into Thursday day, and that cools us off to kind of pleasant conditions as we head into the weekend. Back to you.
Very nice. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads on this Monday morning. Probably see not a lot of problems right now. A little bit of a slowdown already, though, heading into downtown Bradenton off State Road 70. As we look farther now south, in the viewing area, we've got a live shot of that section at State Road 70 and 301. A little busier than you'd think at this point of the day. There was some issues overnight with the construction project there. It has since cleared, but certainly at 518, relatively busy for this time of day. This again at State Road 70, looking north on 301 toward Bradenton. We'll check on that throughout the morning. Back to the maps right now, you'll see in Sarasota County, no problems to report right now outside of a little bit of a slowdown on Fruitville Road heading toward downtown. And farther south into South County, no problems. Looks like there's a red light, though, at Venice, but that'll be changing soon. Just kidding. 518 right now as you wake up on this Monday morning.
Well, this weekend, a beautiful sunny day for the Orioles home opener, playing with a little bit of a hometown rival feel as they open their season against the team that trains in Manatee County, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
As Erica Jackson tells us, some fans come from across the country to see these games.
It's time to put on your baseball cap, grab your favorite snack, and find your seat because spring training is officially back on the Suncoast.
It's been 3 months since I've seen my last baseball game. Baseball is back.
Cleveland Indians fan John Wilson is coming off the team's World Series defeat, but he's making up for the loss by following more than a dozen MLB teams around Florida. He and his friend are on a 10-day trip around the state to watch as many spring training games as possible.
We saw the Rays and the Twins. Rays won. And then we saw the Red Sox beat out the Twins yesterday. And today we're here to see the Orioles beat the Pirates.
The Orioles may win, they may lose, but we ensure that the fan has a good time here.
Orioles Sarasota Vice President David Robine believes the small stadium is what attracts fans from around the country.
The intimacy and the ability to be close up to the players is really what's great about spring training.
But fans tell us there's more to love about the spring training season.
So many people come together and it's just a fun experience.
Yeah, it's fun for the whole family. It's great to watch baseball, one of our favorite sports.
When you can come down and watch baseball at 80-degree weather and the sun shining and the crack of the bats, and it's just a blast.
Spring training continues in Sarasota County through March 30th when the Baltimore Orioles take on the Detroit Tigers. Reporting from Ed Smith Stadium, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
As for this weekend's game, the Baltimore Orioles taking the win 8-3. We'll have some more highlights later in our hour at 5:30.
Big game today. The Yankees are in town. That always sells out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
105 started at Smith Stadium. Other sports news, Sarasota Rowing began their spring season as well with the 8th annual Sarasota Invitational Regatta.
That's right. This weekend, participants included master racers from all over the country, all competing for high sport rankings and cash prizes. Competition officials say not only is the course getting better for races, but it's also becoming more and more popular.
We started this regatta 10 years ago when the county wanted to add more activities on the lake, and it's grown. Our first regatta had about 200 people, 200 entries. This has about 800 entries. 16 to 1,700 competitors.
Nathan Benderson Park was the venue for the races this weekend. That course is more than 2,000 meters long, and soon the race will include a finish line tower, which is under construction, as well as those World Rowing Championships coming up soon.
Well, it could be a photo finish with that rowing tower and the actual big World Championships in August, or September rather, so we'll see which one is done first.
Yeah. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Samsung showing off their best products of the year, but a new flagship phone isn't on that list. We'll tell you why.
And coming up at 5:30, new developments in the case against a man who plowed his car through a Mardi Gras festival. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner. After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Welcome back. 5:24 this morning. Fast food restaurant Wendy's looking to hope to cut costs by installing self-ordering kiosks.
Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson have details.
We are all gussied up for Tech Bites on this Oscar Monday.
Yeah, might be overdressed for Wendy's, by the way, which is going to beef up self-ordering kiosks.
So the burger chain plans to add kiosks in 1,000 of its locations by the end of the year.
Younger customers prefer the kiosk, and they cut labor costs. We now know when Samsung's new S8 phone will debut, on March 29th.
Samsung will take the next few weeks to make sure there isn't a repeat of the problems with the Galaxy Note 7. All of those phones had to be recalled because of batteries exploding and catching fire.
Nokia has reintroduced a cell phone that was a big hit back in the year 2000. The revamped Nokia 3310 has 22 hours of talk time and even comes with the popular Snake game.
The company said customers had been requesting the phone, so they decided to have some fun with it. The price tag, about $50, but does it have the ringtone?
This is Jew back. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Capital One.
Earning your cash back shouldn't be this complicated. Yet some cards limit where you earn bonus cash back to a few places, and then change those places every few months. Enough with that. With Quicksilver from Capital One, you always earned unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, everywhere. Welcome to Unlimited. What's in your wallet?
Whatever your dog brings home, it shouldn't be fleas and ticks.
No.
Seresto kills and repels fleas and ticks for 8 continuous months for effective protection in an easy-to-use, non-greasy collar. 8 months Seresto from Bayer.
Does your child need help with digestive balance? Try Align Junior Probiotic so she can have a fraction-dominating, status-updating, hello yellow belt kind of day. Get 24/7 digestive support with Align Junior, the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand, now for kids.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
Or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller, The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money. It's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the Academy Award for Best Picture goes to the wrong film. We'll take a look at the Oscars' epic error.
Plus, President Trump prepares to address a joint session of Congress. We'll preview tomorrow night's address.
Plus, controversy surrounding a proposed recycling plant. We'll tell you why some say it will actually hurt the environment instead of help it.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Yes, we are. We're here for you. Good morning. A beautiful shot there as dawn has yet to officially break. What you're looking at, you can't really tell right there, is looking west on 10th Street toward Sarasota Bay, and the flickering lights off in the distance. That's Longboat Key, in case you don't recognize that right away. And you wouldn't. A beautiful shot at 5:31. Glad you're with us. It's Monday. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. It was a beautiful weekend here on the Suncoast. I got a chance to go out to the beach. Could kind of feel the red tide in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know, John Scalzi, what do you have to tell us about that red tide?
Yeah, no, it's true. The Moat Marine spotters over the weekend saw slight amounts of red tide at almost every beach. So yeah, it's around. The good news is I think with the southeasterly wind flow that's going to develop today, we may push a few of those toxins out to Gulf waters as opposed to bringing them back onto shore. But the bad news is that southeast wind will also bring humidity back full force. And, you know, if you enjoyed yesterday's lower humidity afternoon temperatures, I think today is going to be like a 180. I mean, we're going to bring the humidity back big time very quickly. And the daytime high temperatures will be well above average by about 10, 12 degrees as well. So those two things together, and I'm sure ACs will be cranking across the Suncoast, at least for several days until the next front comes through. Currently, we're looking at a dawn that'll, I think, feature a lot of sunshine and blue sky out there. Not much in the way of large-scale cloud cover across the Suncoast this morning. We'll look for a daytime high that again tops out very warm in the low 80s. Complete forecast details coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon, John. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic at 5:32 on this Monday morning. Traffic throughout Manatee County picking up in its normal spots, State Road 70 and 301. I-75 looking like it's got a little bit of backup as you head into Sarasota County as well. But Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road free of any traffic on this Monday morning. South County and Nokomis, Venice looks like a little stop up towards Venice, probably a stoplight in that direction. But other than that, I-75 clear in both the north and southbound direction if you're heading out the door on this Monday morning. Well, topping our news this half hour, a big surprise at this year's Oscars.
If you went to bed, you didn't see this one. We didn't see it. It's being called the biggest blooper in the history of the awards. La La Land was supposed to win, and for a short time it appeared that it did win. Danya Backus has details from Los Angeles.
As chaotic as it was gracious, the cast of La La Land handing over their Oscars to the cast of Moonlight in one of the biggest Oscar bungles ever. La La Land. La La Land first called the winner, but within minutes.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
An abrupt about-face, Moonlight ultimately taking the top prize in an historically awkward upset. Until then, Oscar night had hit all the right notes. Musical performances, political jabs.
I want to say thank you to President Trump. I mean, remember last year when it seemed like the Oscars were racist?
And a surprise visit from some unsuspecting tourists.
Who's your favorite actor?
That man right there.
Denzel?
In the end, the awards are about that little gold statue.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali taking home his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in Moonlight. And the award for Best Supporting Actress going to Viola Davis for Fences.
Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea.
Best Actor, as predicted, went to the star of Manchester by the Sea.
I'm really proud to be a part of this community in general. I look out at all of you and I'm just dumbfounded that I'm included.
La La Land won 6 of its record-tying 14 Oscars for which it was nominated.
Emma Stone, La La Land.
Including Best Actress, who addressed the flat backstage.
You know, it was an amazing thing to hear La La Land. I think we all would have loved to win Best Picture.
but we are so excited for Moonlight.
And finally, the real Best Picture winner, Moonlight. PricewaterhouseCoopers, which counts the vote, released a statement apologizing for the mistake, saying that the wrong category envelope was given to the presenters, and it's now investigating how it happened. In Hollywood, Danya Backus, ABC News.
Well, it has been a roller coaster of emotion at the Oscars, but some sad news did come just hours before the awards began with the passing of popular actor Bill Paxton.
I do not want to cut a deal. I want to crush him. This is war.
Paxton passed away this weekend from surgery complications, a family representative said. He had more than 90 acting credits, including acclaimed roles in Titanic, Aliens, Apollo 13, and Twister. In more recent years, Paxton found success on TV as the patriarch of HBO's Big Love. One of the industry's busiest actors, Paxton once said the hardest part of his career wasn't the work itself, but the time in between. He was only 61 years old when he passed. In sad news from the television side of entertainment, Joseph Wapner, better known as the no-nonsense Judge Wapner from the People's Court, died in his sleep at the age of 97. He had been under hospice care. The People's Court was one of the first reality-type shows to become a television hit.
A developing story over the weekend in Central Florida. Police have identified a suspect who died during a shootout with officers. The Castleberry police chief says 65-year-old James Perrin called officers this weekend to say he'd battered his wife. When 4 officers arrived, Perrin came out of his house firing a shotgun, they say. The officers returned fire and Perrin went back inside, and he was later found dead.
It is unknown at this time whether or not any of our officers' rounds did strike the suspect. However, he was ultimately found to be in the home deceased. At this point, the investigation is ongoing. As I stated earlier, we're unknown if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound or if it was as a result of any of the rounds that our officers discharged.
2 officers were treated at the hospital for pellet wounds, and they were later released.
Charges have been made this weekend against a man accused of drunk driving after plowing into a Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans. Dozens were hurt in the crash and 3 people remain in the hospital. On Saturday night, a pickup truck suddenly barreled into a group of people standing near the start of one of New Orleans' largest parades, first smashing into 2 cars and then hitting a dump truck. At the scene, officers arrested 25-year-old Nielsen Rizzuto. The police report showed his blood alcohol content at nearly 3 times the legal limit.
I'm very shaken up by this. I was crying hysterically because I just saw the entire thing happen, and literally if I had walked 2 steps forward, it would have been me being run over. He just turns his wheel and goes straight into the crowd.
Rizzuto now faces charges including first-degree negligent injury and reckless operation of a vehicle. In political news this morning, as President Trump prepares to make his first address to a joint session of Congress, calls are growing louder for 2 investigations involving the White House.
ABC's Janine Norman has details from Washington.
The grieving father of a fallen Navy SEAL is demanding answers, wanting to know more about the secret mission in Yemen that killed his son Ryan Owens that the White House calls a success.
It was highly successful. It achieved the purpose it was going to get.
Saying the government owes my son an investigation. William Owens told the Miami Herald he didn't want to meet with President Trump at Dover Air Force Base when his son's body returned home.
I just returned from an amazing visit with a great, great family at Dover, and it was something very sad, very beautiful. Ryan, a great man.
But his message now to the commander-in-chief, don't hide behind my son's death to prevent an investigation. Senator John McCain questioned the administration's characterization of the mission that also lost a tilt-rotor aircraft.
When you lose a $75 million airplane, and more importantly, American lives a life is lost and wounded, I don't believe that you can call it a success.
More prominent Republicans are at odds with the administration. Representative Darrell Issa of California is calling for a special prosecutor to investigate reports members of Trump's campaign spoke with Russians to help win the election, suggesting Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who was active in the campaign, should bow out.
You're going to need to use the special prosecutor's statute and office to take not just to recuse. You can't just give it to your deputy.
Both the House and Senate have already launched investigations.
When asked whether Attorney General Jeff Sessions will recuse himself from any Russia investigation, the White House said, "We're not there yet." Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
The Secretary of the Navy nominee is withdrawing his name for consideration. Philip Bilden cites concerns about privacy and separating himself from his business interests. In a statement, Bilden says he has determined that he will not be able to satisfy the Office of Government Ethics requirements without what he calls undue disruption. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis says he'll make a new recommendation in the coming days.
Back here on the Suncoast, controversy surrounding a proposed recycling plant in Sarasota County. It's all revolving around land at the intersection of Apex Road and Palmer Boulevard, east of the interstate towards the celery fields. One company wants to rezone land near those celery fields to help the environment by building the plant, but some people believe it'll have a negative impact on nature. This weekend, protesters gathered to fight the prospect, saying they are not against recycling, but they do believe the location may hurt wildlife.
Even though this doesn't have a lot of habitat value at the moment, and birds do come out and feed in these areas, and other critters do also, this area provides a buffer from the industrial area nearby to the actual celery field.
Who knows if there's even going to be a bird sanctuary after this.
2 neighborhood workshops were held on the issue last month, but some say more discussion is needed before any final decisions are made. Now a public hearing is being scheduled before the Planning Commission makes a recommendation. The Board of County Commissioners will approve or deny the request.
On to sports news now. Across the state yesterday, a crash-filled Daytona 500. Midway through the race, pre-race favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr. got up in a wreck right there. That's a good angle for you. Kyle Busch spins out and takes several cars as well, including Junior. Later, Jimmy Johnson ran third, but the pack tries to go 4 wide into a turn, and watch what happens. Not good. It's like US 41 during rush hour. 16-car wreck, and it knocks out several contenders. Last lap, after 2 leaders ran out of gas, Kurt Busch in his 16th Daytona finally wins it. It was only the only lap of the day he led, but he chose the right lap to lead. He wanted Kyle Busch wins over in Daytona. Spring training baseball back on the West Coast. Orioles have their opener at Ed Smith Stadium. Host of the Pirates, Adam Jones, starts things off nicely with the first inning home run to left field. The Orioles went on to beat the visiting Pirates 8-3, and the Orioles host the Yankees today at 1:05, one of the biggest games of the season already when the Yankees come to town. I covered the Yankees into town about 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Derek Jeter and A-Rod, and I left early because I was just covering the game. They left early too. They got in their Lexus and Cadillacs and left before the game was halfway through. When your name is A-Rod or Derek Jeter, you don't take the bus. Yeah. You just leave when you're ready.
That's right. And I don't want to use them up, too.
Right.
Be easy on them.
Exactly.
That's right. We have some very nice weather around here. You're lucky to got to see them play, actually. I've been to those spring training games and not seen one star player.
I know. That's frustrating.
That is kind of frustrating, but understandable. Nice weather coming our way over the next several days. We'll talk about that, the warm weather, in just a minute.
All right, well, still ahead, could coffee help slow down your aging? What new research is suggesting? Coming up next in your Health Smart.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call Call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Pleasant enough start to the day, certainly 61 degrees the air temperature. We have a dew point of a fairly comfortable 54, can't beat that. But as we head into the afternoon, I think you're going to see that dew point really rise, and rise pretty quickly as well. It'll be a humid afternoon, and I think there'll be an awful lot of air conditioners running today. 61 degrees, as I mentioned, the current air temperature with an east wind coming in at 10, but when that wind shifts from east to southeast, that's when the humidity will rise. 61 in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton, the same, Sarasota, ditto. 62 degrees in Northport and Lakewood Ranch. 64 in Inglewood, 65 in Venison, 65 at Longboat Key. So across the state, currently, things are quiet. There's no rain falling. Don't really anticipate any today. Should be a dry day. Maybe over the next day or two, the East Coast might catch a few more showers as we develop that onshore wind flow. And maybe tomorrow, an isolated shower might make it to inland parts of Hardy, DeSoto, and maybe inland parts of Charlotte County. We're going to develop a sea breeze. The sea breeze will keep most of the showers away from our coastline, kind of force them toward the center of the state. Meanwhile, in the center part of the country, or at least in the deep south part of the country, rain showers are in progress here. Some of them could be strong. We could even have some severe weather in these parts of the country. Could see the potential actually for some flooding rains as well, as this will be an ongoing area of disturbed weather, lifting to the north ever so slowly, moving up toward the Ohio Valley. Then back to the west, more rain showers in progress. In fact, you can see the plume of clouds kind of beginning as moisture increases here. You may even make out a little bit of a spin in the atmosphere as a low pressure area moves onshore. A little area of disturbed weather moves toward Texas, eventually combining with areas of low pressure and bringing us a cold front, but certainly not today. Today, a lot of sunshine under the influence of a big ridge of high pressure. There are the bullseyes that I mentioned for the potential of severe weather today, mostly in the form of hail and gusty winds. But for the state of Florida, I don't even think we'll see anything close to a shower or thunderstorm around us today. Maybe in North Florida there might be an isolated storm. Area of low pressure lifting off to the north. High pressure for us remains the dominant weather feature. Around that area of high pressure, we get this southeasterly wind flow that continues to pump up moisture for the next couple of days until that area back toward Texas kind of reforms and gets another little push and eventually makes it down toward the state of Florida, bringing us a chance of rain on Thursday, as well as some cooler, more seasonable weather and lower relative humidity. That'll be kind of nice. Watch the rainfall futurecast put it into motion. Quiet around our area. The approaching front kind of falls apart temporarily, but eventually will make it through our area on Thursday, bringing us then a little bit of drier weather. You'll see that in the extended range forecast. As we get into Friday, our temperatures drop down to actually a little below seasonable. Seasonable would be about 74, so we'll hit 72 on Friday, and nighttime lows will be comfortable in the 50s, upper 50s. Back to you.
A nice time of year. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads on this Monday morning. So far, so good. In northern Manatee County, a little slowdown there on State Road 70 in both directions. In fact, let's take a live look at that spot right now. You'll see not much right now. Current traffic is clear at State Road 70 and 301, a busy spot throughout the morning, though. That'll pick up as the day progresses. Back to the maps now. You'll see a bit of a slowdown on Bee Ridge at the light there at 41. Otherwise, not too much in Sarasota County, South County area. No problems as you head out at 5:51 on this Monday morning.
This morning in Health Smart, if you're sipping a cup of warm coffee right now, well, enjoy. Recent research suggesting that caffeine could help slow down aging. Researchers looked at 100 people over more than a decade and found that older people who had less inflammation also reported drinking more caffeinated beverages. Many chronic diseases that we face as we age are connected to inflammation, leading some doctors to say that more research needs to be done to determine why caffeine can help reduce inflammation. They do add, though, that for people who are slow metabolizers, the negative effects of coffee may outweigh the positive gains.
If coffee gives you headaches or abnormal heartbeats or anxiety or gastric upset, this is not a reason to start. If you like dark chocolate, that's another way to start to get your caffeine.
Coffee and chocolate both sound delicious to me. Well, another tip, adding some cream and sugar to your coffee can actually do more harm than good, as the extras only increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Experts say you're best off drinking filtered black coffee instead. So go ahead and drink up. I know I sure will. Well, still ahead, a world record is broken, and it happened right here on the Suncoast. We'll show you how coming up next.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller, The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, a world record broken right here on the Suncoast this weekend. Hundreds of people came out to Doctors Hospital of Sarasota to assemble the most first aid kits in an hour. The original world record, 3,000, but this year Doctors Hospital is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and to mark that event, the hospital wanted to do something big that also helped others. And of course, they pulled it off. The record was reached and exceeded.
There's no way I thought that they were going to be able to complete this as quickly as they did, and it was amazing to watch table after table just empty out because they were done. I truly, truly think that this is something that you guys can do again in the future and just destroy what you did today. So congratulations to Doctors Hospital on its 50th anniversary and setting this world record today.
Well, a community celebration was also held after the record was broken, featuring a tour of the hospital's new emergency room, a health fair, and a teddy bear clinic.
A, congratulations, and B, there are some random categories these days for world records.
No, there really are.
We've got more news after this. Stay with us.